Hi there, Karolina. Nice to see that you've written another set of essays for us. Good job. Let's take a look at what you wrote. Before we do that, though, I want to address the question that you wrote to Nadine. You asked if you should start with task 1 or if you should start with task 2. I do have a very definite opinion about this. I always suggest that students start with task 2. There are a few reasons behind this. Well, first of all, obviously task 2 is worth twice as many points as task 1. So it's important that you do a really, really good job with task 2. Okay? That's the first reason. The second reason is that if you don't complete task 2, then this is absolutely going to affect your score, especially in terms of coherence and cohesion. So if you stop short somewhere, if you don't have time to finish your conclusion, it's going to affect your score. Okay? However, if you don't finish task 1, then the worst thing that can happen is well, yeah, it'll affect your score there too. If, for example, you leave out one of the bullets, okay, that would be bad. So you don't want to leave out any of the bullets, but chances are it'll affect your score much less. So if you're doing academic, for example, then there's probably a good chance that you're just missing some of the details. If you're doing general, yeah, possibly you might miss something at the very end that you need to include, but again, there's a possibility that it'll just be details and nothing too serious, okay? In other words, it's in your best interest, if you can't finish something, it's in your best interest to finish task 2 and not task 1. Okay? I hope that makes sense. So let's see here. Now, as far as what else you can do to improve your time is just practice. Honestly, speed is something that just comes with practice. You just have to keep writing, and you just have to keep limiting your time. So don't give yourself 40 minutes, give yourself 30 minutes, give yourself 25 minutes, and just see what you can do for your task 2. And obviously, you know, like maximum 15 minutes for task 1. It's really just a matter of practice. I really am a firm believer that speed comes with practice. Okay? All right, so let's move on with your actual essay. This is the one about food, and it's better for the economy and the environment if we eat local. So let's see what you said. Experts throughout both Experts throughout both developing and developed world countries have debated whether locally farmed food products are economically and environmentally more beneficial than the imported ones. You didn't need the here. Some believe that international transport of food items has a detrimental influence on the ecosystem and the local farming industry. I strongly disagree. And by using examples from Greenpeace and WTO, I will demonstrate in this essay that despite the environmental aspects, overall this process is far more beneficial, especially for local and global societies. Okay, interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what you wrote. I want you to be careful about one thing, though. You said international transport of food items. I don't want you to limit this just to international transport. I want you to remember that there are some countries that are so large that they are simply, how can I say this, transporting food from other areas of the country. So think about countries like Russia, think about countries like China, or even India, where someone in the north of the country might be gaining produce from, say, for example, the south of the country, or vice versa. Okay, so it's not international, but it is food that is traveling considerable distances. Okay, so what you're doing here is you're limiting your argument when you say international. We're not just talking about international. We're talking local versus non-local. All right? Okay, so let's move on. On one hand, there is ample evidence that long-distance shipping causes irreversible harm to Mother Nature. The central reason behind this is twofold. Firstly, ships, planes, and trucks utilized in the food supply chain increase air pollution and release a significant amount of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Okay, secondly, tons of high quality and disposable packaging to secure food items while in transit are required. For example, recent empirical research by Greenpeace demonstrated that up to 37% of total CO2 emissions, plural, and 29% of non-recyclable waste is related to the process of food supply. Therefore, it is conclusively clear that cross-border shipping of fruit, vegetables, meat, and other, we call them edible products, E-D-I-B-L-E, creates, let's see, shipping. Okay, yeah, creates, fine, significant amounts of harmful byproducts. All right, nice, lovely. So, yes, you're saying it's bad for the environment. Okay, good. On the other hand, the positive impact of international trade, both on rich and poor countries, cannot be overstated. In other words, access to exotic products enriches local cuisine and at the same time gives, you didn't need it here, the poorer regions an opportunity to earn on mass farming by selling worldwide the excess of produced goods. By selling the excess of produced goods worldwide, that would have been better. A perfect illustration of such symbiosis is the global consumption of rice, which can be grown only in the Asian climate. WTO has recently published statistics showing that Indonesia covers 67% of total global demand for this edible grain, and what is more, the export of it contributes 28%. Awkward. Let's see. The export of it contributes to, or how about not contributes, but makes up 28% of the national income. Thus, it can be stated beyond doubt that this process is beneficial for the exporter as well as for the importer of goods. Okay. I can see why it's good for the exporter. You haven't really convinced me why it's good for the importer. Just because they get a variety? Maybe. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt there. Let's keep going. From the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that the benefits of intercontinental distribution of food items far outweigh its drawbacks. Benefits. Okay, fine. It is predicted that this globalization-related phenomenon will increasingly grow in importance, so hopefully the means of transport will become more environmentally friendly. All right, nice. I liked it. It was good. You gave some critical thought to this, so I really like that. I like that you said, yes, it's bad for the environment, but on the other hand, it's also really good for the economy. So that was that showed some critical thought there, and that's good. I know everyone says that IELTS is not an exam where they're testing the quality of your ideas, but in a way, indirectly, it is checking your readiness, for example, for university studies and so forth. So, good job. Okay, that's all I want to say about that. Let's keep going. Here we have your letter to Albion. Let's see what you said. Dear Sir, Madam, my name is Karolina Gorzalak, student number this, case number this. I am writing in relation, that's a little awkward. I'm writing with regard to the letter that I received from the examinations committee last week. To start with, please accept, I don't know why you switched paragraphs here. You should have kept the same paragraph. To start with, please accept my sincere apologies for the fact that I have not provided any information that I would not attend the exam in advance. I would like to explain that it was because I was injured in a car accident while driving to the Albion campus on the exam day. As a result, I lost my consciousness and was taken to the hospital where I woke up 3 days later. As evidence, I have enclosed a copy of my medical records from that hospital. Therefore, I kindly request to be given a chance to resit this exam or be examined orally at your convenience. Once again, I apologize for any inconvenience caused, and I hope we can find a way to solve this issue as soon as possible. I look forward to hearing from you. Lowercase y. Yours faithfully, Karolina. Okay. Karolina, it's a short letter. It's not super extended, but you've done absolutely everything you're supposed to do. So, did you apologize? Yes. Did you identify yourself? Yes. Did you explain, etc., etc.? Yes. And you did something else that a lot of people neglect to do, and for that I'm really happy. You gave resolutions. What do I mean? I mean that you didn't give one resolution. Most people only give me one. So they just say, oh, please let me reset the exam, and then they're done. But it very clearly states resolutions. And is that my computer that shows it as underlined? I don't know. It looks like the S is underlined. And I'm glad that it is, because that's exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to give more than one resolution, and you have. So bravo, good job. I'm glad you did that. I don't really have anything to say about this. I thought your paragraphing was a little weird. Task 1 doesn't really require you to have perfect paragraphing, but some of this is a little strange. So let's see. This, and this for me should have been one paragraph. These 3 little guys here. Okay, this could have been on the way you have it, no problems. And this probably could have gone with the following one as well as this. So what am I trying to tell you? Put these 3 together, leave this as it is, and then put these 3 things together as well. Because looking at it, like visually, it's a little strange. Is it going to create a problem for you in terms of coherence and cohesion? It's not going to get you an 8, let's put it that way. If you need an 8 in coherence and cohesion, no, this is not the way to do it. But it's well written, and you've done a lot of things that I'm really excited about, so good job. Let's see. Could you have said a couple of more things? Maybe. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for a higher score in task achievement, maybe you could have said 1 or 2 more sentences. But other than that, I'm fine. So what you need to do now is correct these, return them back to us corrected, add to your error correction list, of course, and write us a new set of essays, keeping in mind everything that we've been talking about in this video correction. All right? If you have any questions, please include them in your next email. I'm looking forward to seeing what you write, so good luck with your next assignments.